Hello, YouTube. All right, my name is Abel C. Real quick, decided to make this video about how to make a filter using different types of media and polishing cloths, sponges, charcoal, etc. So, over the course of many years, decided to go with homemade filters as opposed to the hang-on box filters that you can get. It's really simple, and I'm going to go over it with you. And let's just start with the different types of medias. This here is from Topfin. It's the media is what the good bacteria colonize on. So the more porous, the more bacteria can grow on it. So if you can blow through it, that would be the best that you can get. Good bacteria also grows in the gravel and the sand in your substrate. So this would be more for, when you're doing a cleaning on your aquarium and you're disturbing the gravel, the bacteria is going to die. But this will be performing, wouldn't be disturbed, so you don't have to worry about your ammonia levels going up, as the good bacteria is what breaks down that ammonia. This here is from Seachem. It's a very, very light rock. It has a sandpaper feel to it. As far as the quality of using this type of media, again, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. It's just that this is through experience, and these are the things that I've been using, and I have very good results with it. This is lava rock. Again, very somewhat porous, rough to texture. This came from a big piece of lava rock that just took a hammer to. This is ceramic tiles or glass tiles. Again, it's like very fine sandpaper. This is from, I forget who makes this, but this is another type of media. These are very light. They're clay pebbles used for soil in orchids. Also used for biofiltration, to colonize good bacteria in your filter. The thing with these, from my experience, is that they raise the pH level in the water. I use a RO water when I'm doing my water changes, so that's the pH level on that is a 6.0. So when I do my pH level, let's say it's at 6.8, doing a water change, it goes to 6.0, but with having this in there, it'll raise the pH to about 7.8. So depending on how much you have, it doesn't take much though. I still haven't figured out how much the quantity is to raise the pH and how many gallons. That's a whole other notebook filled with research on that. But from my experiences, don't use too much. If you don't want to raise the pH in your aquarium, don't use this. It's also found in I think Fluval makes a bag. I think it goes by Zeolite. That also too raises the pH in water from what my experience is. If anybody else has a different experience, please let me know. This is also another form of media. This is on the cheaper end. This is what comes in if you buy a filter. This might be what you might be getting in that. This here is, I believe, the best type of media that you can get. You can actually blow through this. If you were to use it as a harmonica, you would actually be able to blow. It's not too much force actually, so it's very porous. You're gonna have tons of surface area with this, and you can pick these up. I had to go to many different types of tropical fish stores, and I finally found the cheapest place. I forget the name of it, but I bought it for $2.99. This one I cut in half. they come like this. I seen them for $2.99, the cheapest, $5. On the internet, they are super pricey. They're like $30 for a handful of these things. So yeah, these are the best. You can I break them apart. I put them in the filters. I think this is by far the best type of media you can get if you want to build a good colony of good bacteria. Moving forward, this is a activated charcoal, and you could also they also sell pellets. When I say they, I mean Amazon or eBay or the internet. You gotta go online, find the best deal. If you have Amazon Prime, I would start there. Just type in filter media and start going through all the prices. But for me, my best bet would be these here, and I'll go over the type of layout I use for my filters. Zeolite blend. It's activated charcoal with some other type of rock. This is what removes odors, the cloudiness in the water. So you want to use a lot of this. So this is why I start using making my own filters. So you go to the store, you buy a hang-on box filter, and it comes with this little pad. And I mean, it's cute. I mean, it does work. It's a polishing pad made of like fibers, and on the inside you can hear maybe about, I don't know, what is that, like a gram of activated charcoal, maybe. One of these cartridges, a pack of 5, maybe run you $10, $14, $15 in some places, and a cartridge like this in a 20-gallon tank with just a few fishes in a month, you're gonna be having to replace this more frequently, and you lose a lot of that colony of bacteria that's growing on the pad itself. So what I started doing is using plastic bottles and just loading them up with just different types of media, polishing pads. These balls here are they oxygenate the water. That's what I use them for, but you could also use them for building good bacteria. Anyhow, so in this filter here, it's a cranberry juice bottle or orange juice bottle, I believe. You just empty it out, make sure none of everything's cleaned off. You're using some goof off or some type of sticky stuff remover. What I did was I just put a bunch of holes on the bottom using a Dremel and a small bit, and just go to town on that. Then I smooth it out using sandpaper. I just want to make sure that it's all smooth. You don't want any fish getting injured on that. Next step would be just dropping about, it's like a cup or half a cup of activated charcoal pellets. Here's another bag of like a mix of the zeolite and that other the clay pebble smash up that raises the pH a little bit in a bag. Then I have filter media like the polishing pads, a few of the oxygenation balls, some polishing pads, and then what I did was I stuck a so it looks like this. This part here, and this part here come with a power head filter. You get those online. Just type in power head filter, and they're only about $20. A good one would be from Marineland. Marineland has some that it's like so many different accessories and how to use a different how to use a power head in different ways. So let me show you what a power head looks like. So this is standard power head. right? Basically, there's a impeller in here that sucks up the water through here, and then it spits it out through there. It's basic, right? These are very powerful. So they different attachments to here. This is what's gonna pull up water. So if you were to attach a hose or a tube, and that in the beginning of that tube, that's where the water is going to start to, that's where the power head's going to start to pull that water from. So you're going to want to have a tube to go down maybe halfway. This is an air tube. Drilled a bunch of holes in it. Then I attached this attachment here to the lid of the cranberry. Put a hole in it, the cranberry juice bottle lid. Put a hole in it, stuck it in there, screwed it on, right? You screw them on. And then there it is. And you have your homemade filter. That's just, it works awesome. You drop this in your tank, you attach the power head here. This isn't the power head for this one, but the attachment for that one was for this one here. So this is another one that I pulled out of my tank right now. This one I bought at Big Lots for like $1. Again, I just fill it up with just different types of media. This one I use for after a water change and there's little stuff floating in the water and whatnot. This is what's gonna clear all of that up. Just tons of good stuff in there. And again, it's just the screw on, attach it, and then you slap the power head on it, and boom, you have yourself a awesome filter. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Again, smooth out these hose right here. What I like to do to camouflage my filters, pantyhose, black pantyhose. If you just pull them over the bottle, zip tie the top with a black cable tie. That's a plastic pin that you pull and it closes, it tightens. Clip it and don't stretch it out. When you stretch it out, you're gonna see the bottle. So you want to keep the pantyhose loose, and the looser it is, the darker that this will get. So this I use. This is just a piece of the pantyhose, just to cover this so that none of the fish try to get in these little holes. But you can cover the whole thing, and that's gonna look really good in your tank. Because if you have a black background, you're not gonna see the filter as much. It just blends right in. Maybe later on I'll post a video and show you the tank. Just moving forward, the type of material that I'm using in these filters ranges from they're called micron, like 50 micron. This is what the size of the particle that will not pass through this type of media. So the higher the number, the better type of pad that it is, that'll hold and capture that fine little particles in the water. So like this one here, it's a little thicker. All this here I bought it at mom and pop fish stores. Walk in and just look around. A lot of the stuff is old. It's been there for a long time. Maybe you could work out some deal with them. But these all come in large pads. So it's up to you. If you want to buy in bulk, that's the way I would go. This stuff is washable. You can reuse it. You just clean it with your aquarium water. When you're doing a water change, that water in that bucket, this is what you want to take out and just squeeze it, rinse it out, and then put it back in the filter. Because the dirty one like this will have a lot of good bacteria that you need to break down all that poop and pee, the ammonia that it causes in the water, to make it into a non-lethal substance for your fish to be able to survive in the water. So remember, when you're cleaning out this type of material, always rinse it out in the aquarium water, the leftovers from a water change, and then you could just get rid of that water and water your plants with. Has good fertilizer, fish poop fertilizer. So this one I bought in bulk. It's a big sheet. This is also a big sheet. These are different sponges that I cut up, and I just stuff them in the bottle. Every time I see a little sponge, the sponges that have little holes like that, that's your more coarse filter, right? That's gonna capture like the larger particles. Something like this will just capture like the medium-sized stuff. And this here, this is gonna capture all your fine particles. This will capture, when I use a brand new filter, when I load everything up, there's gonna still, even though you wash your activated charcoal, you're still gonna get that black, very fine black powder, charcoal powder. It's gonna end up in your tank, and this is what's going to filter that out. When I clean out, when I exchange my filters, they're usually black from the activated charcoal. So that's this will help take off that black cloudiness from the water and really make your water like polished, clean, sparkling clean. I'll post a video later. So that's one type of. So these here is just different types of filter medias and filter pads. I reuse mine, wash them out. Sometimes I find like a special on a different filter pad that might not be selling well at a pet store, and I buy that and I just cut it up and I use it for my own filter. These things here, they're pretty cool. This is you can buy this already made. It's an attachment to the power head. They make these especially for that. So if you want something a little bit more to your liking, a little bit more sharp, clean cut, this is what you want to go for. Use your own media. I do. And it's also attachment to a power head. So that's cool. So all right, if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But till whenever, man, hope your fish are healthy, and you guys have a good day. Peace out.